Hello, I'm Monique Finley, co-founder of Rescue and co-founder of Zeemz. Rescue is a climate action and animal charity where we take weekly trips to the market and we take the food and waste materials and we redistribute them to animal shelters and underprivileged animals so that we can reduce the amount of waste that's going into the landfill and increase the amount of animals that are being fed. The continuing on-again, off-again markets because of lockdowns has greatly affected our ability to do our mission. In the interim, while we have been pivoting and trying to reassess how to acquire market goods when the regular weekly market is not happening, we have been working on Zeemz. Zeemz is an augmented reality game ecosystem that is in works. It is and will be a disaster and situation preparedness game that will help people to learn how to work through situations. Pandemic Patch, the situation we're working through is a reduction of hospital congestion. With the land registry, we're looking specifically at reforestation and land and water-based disasters, tsunamis, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes. The kitty vortex found a cat in a place, but it's a giant joke for us. But it's also our cryptocurrency bridge. The kitty vortex is that way of travel that cats have to get into places that cats shouldn't be able to get into. And if you are familiar with cryptocurrency, then you may be familiar with the CryptoKitties game, which was built on Ethereum. It has inspired us. And so the kitty vortex is a nod to our friends at Dapper Labs and the creators of the CryptoKitties. The Zeemz laboratory will be a place for gamers to mix and match the Zeemz DNA, and the Zeemz adventures will be a place for them to take their creations on adventures. It will also be where disasters happen and where they get disaster training. And the ultimate goal is that every dollar that comes in, a portion of that will be spent on reforestation, specifically on Zeemz Agroforests as adventure tourist locations, so that people who are into cosplay or who are into geocaching can have a place to go and play out their character. So for example, we think it would be fabulous if you could go to a park, do something for the game and earn a loot drop. If you were at a Zeemz Agroforest, maybe you go to a FarmBot and you harvest something and you get both the item in your hand and you get the item in your mobile app for your character. Here we have what is in start. This is this is where our notes are going for the white paper that we're developing for Rescue and Zeemz partnership to build agroforests for gamers. As you can see from the side here, we have 6 different project ideas, all of which run primarily on a FarmBot. This last one, this Beekeeper's Paradise, that would actually run on a FarmBot, the Acres Kit Colorado Top Bar Beehive, and would utilize the BuzzBox from OS beehives so that we could use the bee data and the FarmBot data in the game. Our first FarmBot idea is to do a rescue grow where we put the FarmBot on an area that has been burned out from like the Colorado fires, and we use the food to help feed people who are working on reforestation in the same area. We have a crop list for FarmBot, a crop list for Rescue. The Rescue crop list has 38 crops on it. The FarmBot crop list has 33 crops on it. And everything in green is what is on both lists. So as you can tell, there's a approximately 20 items that we get from market regularly that FarmBot can produce. We have not yet filled out our treat list. We are in the process of doing that research. We will be looking at what are native, fast-growing, good canopy trees, and possibly low roots. It'll depend. I think the area that we're looking at is quite rocky, so we're going to need things that we think it'll take about 2 years to get a return on investment on the first FarmBot that we put down. We're looking specifically at, we believe that we can put it in for about $3,000. The FarmBot documents themselves talk about $3,500 to $4,000. So they're having a return on investment between 3 to 5 years. If we can keep the costs around $3,000, then the return on investment would be about 2 years. So our basic plan is get a FarmBot, put it on top of a mountain in Colorado, connect it, start growing with it, feed people who are helping do replanting, and use the FarmBot to run our first set of tests on a proof of concept of gamification for the Zeemz game, specifically connecting an NFT minter on the back end with the blockchain aspects to a point system on the front end, so that as you grow in real life, you earn in the game. There you go. Shuttleworth Foundation, thank you for your time. Thank you for what you're doing for the open source community and what you're doing for open source knowledge. It will take people all over the world who are committed to sharing knowledge to make sure that people all around the world have access to knowledge.